Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode here of Sin City Grappling. Of course, the Road to Glory save here in TEW9 in the Seavers, and a little bit of a weird little episode already because basically, my power went out in the middle of me recording, and this is where it's now at. Is basically because I was in the middle of booking the show, so now we don't get to see the roll, because this was going to be the episode where we rolled, which will show off what we got here in a bit. And then also we were going to run down the card, which you can see here, but we'll run it down here again, obviously, because you guys don't know it. As the main event, of course, our winner of Kumite 4, Al Coleman, taking on our champion, our BMF champ, Scott Hammer Hadley. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. And then our co-main event, Mario De Silva and Christopher Ball, the two men that are coming off of tough losses of our previous show. Of course, Mario De Silva lost the title matchup with Scott Hammer Hadley, and then for Christopher Ball, came up short in the Kumite. Was going to try to become the first ever two-time winner in Kumite, but fell short in the finals to Al Coleman, and they compete now. Funny enough, they, of course, are two All-Canada Pro Wrestling guys, ACPW guys. They just had a match in June. So here, for the first time, though, in Sin City Grappling, we'll see how that plays out. As far as, and also for the rest of our card, the first basically return for Jacob Jackson, technically, because he is a part of, again, the return, but he ran in his return in Kumite, so this is his first official Sin City Grappling matchup, return matchup, and it's taking on, is taking on Buffalo Bill Rothschild. Boy, oh boy, I mean, those are two behemoths in there battling. And now, speaking of behemoths, though, we're also going to have Ernie Holmes on the card. He's so goddamn big. I figured we can do something with him. And he's going to take on Virgil Voss, the guy that was a part of Kumite, of course, previously. Cherry Pepper and Hidemaro Suzuki's on the card. And also, a former champion, John Snyder. He's taking on Denny King, another guy that was a part of Kumite. Interesting card. We got a little bit of everything. And I think we have a great card, though, lined up for everybody. Of course, we are at the Piper Casino, because we always are, because we love this goddamn place. And because we're Sin City Grappling, so it would be kind of weird if we did not run in Las Vegas. But now, we should probably think about rechanging the name. Now, we're still a small company, so I don't want to kind of overstay our welcome. And plus, we could leave any time still, but if we're going to get bigger, we got to run bigger venues. And if we're not going to do that, because we're going to make more money that way. It is interesting, though, that we're still going to run this old Piper Casino. I love this goddamn place, though. It's going to be hard to stay away from it. Maybe we'll change venues after Night of Sin 50. 50 shows. Feels like that's the right time to do it. But yeah, Al Coleman. It's Scott Hammer Hadley. Hadley's going to beat him, so he was going to win. And that's a tough break for Al Coleman, of course, but this is going to be a hell of a matchup. I cannot wait for it. And Al Coleman was going to complain. This happened when I was recording it, too, so it must just be a thing that's always going to happen sometimes when you load up the show. If it's, have intimidation stuff happens, it's going to happen regardless. So, as far as Al Coleman was going to complain about it, but he noticed the intimidating sight of Scott Hadley cracking his knuckles and glaring. We about had a shoot in the back. That would have been wild. But our co-main event, Mario De Silva and Christopher Ball, and it's going to go with the time limit draw. I think this is the best way for both guys to kind of get some good momentum while not losing as well in back-to-back shows. It should be a fun match, though, and the two great grapplers. I'm excited for that one. Then for our next matchup, I think we're going to go Jacob Jackson and Buffalo Bill, and this one we did use a creative finish, which hopefully that's still here. It might not be. Now that I'm trying to look for it. Oh, there it is. About to say, there we go. So the creative finish, basically with Bill Rothschild and Jacob Jackson. Jackson gets out of, as far as Buffalo Bill's trying to buckle bomb him. He drops back onto his feet after he gets him up for the power bomb. Runs off the, as far as, off the post to on the opposite side to gain some momentum to turn around and do a big-ass fucking running big boot and cleans his clock. So it's a creative finish, something different. It's a lot of fun to see that type of finish. He knocks him out cold with it. Buffalo Bill just does not see it coming. He's just, as far as the speed, the quickness of a big man like Jacob Jackson, using all that to get the win there. And then for Denny King and John Snyder, it's going to be a win for John Snyder. He's going to win with his, catching of the arm into the arm lock, arm bar. Then Jerry Pepper and Hitomura Suzuki. Jerry Pepper's going to win. He's going to knock him clean out. This time, though, it's not going to be with an illegal strike. It is going to be a palm strike with the left hand. He's now getting used to using his palms now. So he might use that power. Oh, it's a looping right hand. I was thinking it was a left hand for some reason. But yeah, that looping right hand. Now he's going to use it as a palm strike now. So that, after training and getting used to this style, now he can actually use that type of power with a palm strike now. So he might definitely turn things around now with that. And then Ernie Holmes is in fact going to beat Virgil Voss. And he's going to win via submission because now he's got a new submission. And it's the Sherlock Holmes. And listen, I wanted to do something obviously with it just the lock and with the submission. Obviously his last name's Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, why not? But it's a seated. He's got his back, his opponent's back. Basically, he's got his hooks in. They're not fully, down. They're, in a seated position. So he's seated, hooks in, got him in a full Nelson. Tough spot because he's wrenching, he's basically pulling the full Nelson up while keeping his hooks in, so it's stretching out not only his arms and shoulders, but it's stretching out the guy's, chest and body and belly. It's a hell of a little hold. He's going to win with that, and especially at 306 odd pounds, that's a big motherfucker to be doing that. And he's just going to dwarf some guy, especially Virgil Voss, who's 5'11". I think he's 220. Maybe not even that, maybe 211. Yeah, 218. Yeah, old Ernie Holmes, old 6'8", 308 pounds of him. He's a fucking bear in there. And we almost went with a bear hug, but that's a little too pro wrestling and not so much of a MMA hold, where it's a little bit of both. No one can really, nobody would put somebody in a full Nelson. That'd be kind of crazy, though, if somebody did. But, this is a fun card. We got some knockouts. We got some submissions. We, of course, have a hell of a main event with Al Coleman and Scott Hadley. Hadley, again, he's going to get ground and pound. That is the way he's going to win this fight with Al Coleman. And we get a draw, too, on the card. So I think it's going to be a pretty good show. Let's see how it runs. Ernie Holmes does, in fact, beat Virgil Voss with the Sherlock Holmes. I was thinking about calling it the Sheerlock Holmes. That way it's, it's a little, it's just sheer violence. But, I don't know. Just the Sherlock Holmes is kind of, I don't know. I love it. It's just corny enough for it to work for me. But Virgil Voss completely outperformed. Obviously, Ernie Holmes is not ready, but we're building a monster a little bit. Jerry Pepper, though, knocks out Hitomura Suzuki. 629. Huge win, though. For 2 out to handle Jerry Pepper. Koshi Kawamura was the agent for this. Stretch Buffalo, though, for John Snyder getting the win. I thought he was going to win with that armbar, but I guess not. I need to make sure Kawamura is not the agent for any of these other matches. Perfect. All right, never mind. He wasn't going to be. So we're good there. Jacob Jackson and Bill Rothschild. Wow, they actually have... oh, wow, it was a failure. The creative finish. That's kind of crazy. It was near certainty. Doesn't work, but didn't really need it with the chemistry boost. I'm assuming the creative finish penalized it, but still, a 65. We'll gladly take that. That was a hell of a match. Hell of a win as well. A 70 here for Mario De Silva and Christopher Ball. Oh, damn. It should have been a time limit. I guess I just hit draw and didn't pick time limit. But that's what it would have been. Time limit draw in 10 minutes. Don't mind it lost control and stopped the bout. That's a kind of wild-ass finish. Damn, a 55. What the hell happened here? Poor use of explosive ring style. Kind of crazy. Yeah, just Al Coleman and Scott Hadley going that long did not help him. That is tough. Absolutely tough. Oh, yeah, also, basically we're all of our production stuff, because we just jumped up from from tiny to small, rather, all of our production shit, but I'm cool with for right now. I'm not too worried about it, because we're going to get good shows. And there's a 52 there. So we're going to increase our popularity in the Southwest area. But it's going to be pretty tough to get bigger now because I think with us, as far as, again, we want to put over Mario De Silva. And we're actually going to put over Buffalo Bill as well. And then, see, Mario De Silva, Christopher Ball. I mean, just incredible matchup. If we get a 75 match or show, we get another roll as well. That's probably going to be our next closest roll. Oh, wow, we actually lost a good bit of money there. That's not great. So, yeah, I think now we need to start thinking of running elsewhere. Start getting a little, maybe, again, a name change. We got to do something because it's now going to be a losing battle, unfortunately. But, yeah, I think the evolution of Sin to something different will be nice. We're still going to be this type of promotion. We're just going to change the name. It's going to be now, as far as I want a good, again, like kind of an idea that we can call it just one name and it not be like let's say, for instance, it's Modern Day Grappling, MDG, which that'd be a terrible name, but instead of just calling it MDG, we could have it be, like, for instance, can we look at venues here? Because there is a venue that I would love to run. We talked about this a little bit with the Southwest. Oh, yeah, we can. Perfect. The Snake Pit. We could call it Snake Pit Grappling and just call it Pit, which, not terrible, but not great either. It'd be better than calling it like, again, it's just the Snake Pit, LA. I guess we could call it LA Grappling, which that'd be kind of weird. I thought about even just calling it Grapple. I don't know. And just you're trying. Sometimes with creative rebranding, it's just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. But because we don't need to run the warehouse. We can run bigger places. Just sucks to be at the Piper Casino. I just love that place. We've done so much there. Literally every show, but man, it would cost $1,000, but we'd get that money back and then some. And then also, too, we could run somewhere else. We could run, oh my god, yeah, we're definitely not running the V. Thomas Center. Oh, there is the Grissom Auditorium. That'd probably be a terrible idea. But I guess we could run there. The old Grissom Auditorium. Why not? Why not? Sin City Grappling. It'd still be in Vegas. We don't have to rebrand. We'll try it. Yeah, that's where we'll run the next show. There for old Night of Sin 46. We're going to lose a little... Oh, actually, probably won't lose any money. Looking at the sponsorships we're going to make. So that's good. Just, again, that, the Kumite being free really fucked us. But also... just kind of looking at some of our options here. Obviously, we're not going to be a television company, so really our only options are pay-per-view, and there's not really any type of pay-per-view place that we can go to. There's cable, and then there's internet, which there's just no internet pay-per-view, I guess, and there's no terrestrial pay-per-view, of course. It's just cable that we have. So that kind of sucks. I mean, I guess we can go with a streaming platform, because that's kind of the idea, too, like an internet company. Oh, yeah. Let's just go anywhere. That's Mexico and Japan. It'd be kind of funny to have shit be shown in Japan. Yeah, there's just nothing terrestrial. I don't even know why I looked. Yeah, there's no cable subscriptions. Let's go internet subscriptions. So, yeah, you got the Wrestle World stuff, which we're not going to try and do. Yeah, that's Alan Packer. He created that for UPW. This is what I want to use because it's literally the C versus YouTube. It's weird. We can't run it because it needs to be medium, which I think is kind of crazy, personally. Because literally we have the popularity requirements because it's 0, but you just have to be medium, so... that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. That probably would be where we would like to run our shit. And there's just Netflix as far as old Netstream, which again they're an actual medium company and they're gonna be way too big. I mean, there's a lot of potential. Oh wow, as Com Planet, interesting. Obviously that we'd have to be ginormous. I mean that we just don't really have a lot of. Again, there's no internet pay-per-view here in America. All over the world, but not here. Like that, we got fucked on that a little bit. So really, then it comes down to cable pay-per-view. And again, look at the U.S. because that's where we'll definitely want to run. I mean, Demand is and again, it's a medium company, so we can't do that. I think pay-per-view 4U is another medium company. And it's actually a wrong product as well, so that's definitely not going to happen. My Select USA, I was like, oh, this would be nice. We could definitely do it, but again, have to have 32 popularity in 10 regions. That's crazy for a small company. Like, the Canadian Wrestling Alliance running that too is hilarious, but like, man, we're fucked. Just absolutely fucked when it comes to that. American Option, again, would be great. You got to be a medium company, and as far as the popularity is fucked on that. So really, our best option, I don't even know. Like it's an uphill battle for sure. I was about to say, what about the internet public? But again, which we already showed that, and the subscription we showed. Internet commercial would be kind of weird, but I guess we technically could do that. Oh yeah, we were Sports America Online. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. But again, 32 in 6 regions. It just getting fist fucked over here. Very, very tough. Very, very tough. But man, if we get there, boy, we'll be good enough to get something going, I think, hopefully. But again, just at least we have it in one region already, so at least we have that. But then we'd have to run Mid-South, and again, that's just not our MO right now. We are loving what we're doing, a part of Sin City Grappling, but that's kind of not the name of the fucking game here. We're trying to, it's the quickest way to get, the idea at least, the quickest way to get from, as far as insignificant to Titanic, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. We're just, at that weird period where it's like we're too small to just, run 300 people. Or we're too big rather to run a 300 seat venue, but we're too small to get any type of deal done, to get some type of broadcasting revenue in, and we're going to make it work, though. Again, we're going to make it work. Sponsors have been our saving grace. We're going to probably, I'm assuming, we're going to get 6,000, so that's going to, again, cover that cost, another successful month, and we're just going to be ticking away, I guess, until maybe another job opens up, because, again, we could go either small or medium, depending on, basically, how things are going. There's a couple of jobs where I'm like, oh, that'd be a good idea, and then there's some it's like, well, it'd kind of be making just a lateral movement or even a step backwards. I thought about the Scottish National promotions, just because, man, so much money, even though Mark Carney, what a fucking, that's a bit on the nose there, as far as being a guy that's just a fucking grifter and being the promotions owner, but, yeah, I mean, just money-wise, that'd be great. I would love to go to Mexico. I don't know which one, because there's Extremo, Moderno, Lucha Libre, which I just hate that fucking name. And then again, also for, like a lot of them too, all Canada, all Australia Pro, there's just, you're kind of regional locked, and we already have that problem already, so I want to get away from that. The Joshi promotion would be great. 5-star Supreme Wrestling. And so that'd be a lot of fun. Obviously, it's a medium company. TCW being here is kind of crazy. I cannot believe they're a medium company. But, man. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they almost went bankrupt after the battle with SWF and USPW. But they still got shit going on. And Pride, Glory, Honor Wrestling is losing money hand over fist. The idea of Sashio was going to be like a younger, for the younger talent and the uprising talent in the early 2000s, and now it's surpassed Pride, Glory, Honor. So that Mid Atlantic would be fun, even though again it's literally another regional thing, but it's a little bit more broader, and it'd be just fun to go to the other side of the U.S. That's probably it though. Like Kasuni Pro, new company, even though it's a junior promotion. We just did that, of course, in the Seaverse, so wouldn't want to really do that. Though Exodus 2010 would be a lot of fun, just because I do fuck with that. Coastal Zone also would be a lot of fun to stay in the Southwest and to go with something like, because Explosive Action, it really is Fast and Furious. It's kind of what we love to do anyway, so yeah. And Black Canvas Grappling, obviously, going to Japan is always fun, and it's pure like old school wrestling, and wrestling as a sport. Be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's the idea. That's the plan. That's kind of the future plan. It's a bit of a longer episode after talking about what all we want to do, because there's so much going on. Merchandise, I think, is still doing pretty well, relatively. And it's still amateur, but yeah, I mean, we're doing our damn thing. We're making money. Also, the roll. I forgot to completely talk about that, since it didn't get showed. So the roll, and we're going to switch to this. There we go. Ended up being a trusted companion. We gained the loyalty of one person, which we had a random roll that. And the random roll gave us, as far as, not the greatest of rolls, to be honest, but it gave us a Quick Kick to KO to be loyal to us. So, yeah. I mean, maybe he'll be a good agent for us. That's, in the future, so at least we'll have an agent always. But even then, it's like, what the fuck? I guess it could have been worse. But, man, I was really hoping we can get, like, Jules Knight or somebody that's, like, been here forever, that's a day one guy, just for it to make sense. Or even a John Snyder, who's been given a lot of opportunities with us as of late, and shit like that would have been cool, but that is what it is. No biggies, no big deals there. But yeah, Night of Sin 46, with the draw in our co-main event, it's now like, well, who's going to be the next challenger? Who's going to be the next contender for this absolute behemoth that is Scott Hadley, who's been on a tear. He's won now 3 in a row as a champion. He's been just tremendous. Who knows? Yeah, I wanted to keep it close to the chest. Yeah, of course, Cali's sick. Old Terry Roundtree, Scary Terry. That's still the record, 5 defenses, but he's got a good chance of breaking that. And he might even do it in 1 year, which is, again, not even 1 year, half of a year, technically, since it started in April and that would be very impressive to see. But yeah, we will catch you guys next time for Night of Sin 46. Take care, everyone.